Hello, I'm Chris Pajak for the Redmen TV, and here's my season predictions for the upcoming 2017-2018 season. I'm going to start it off with the League Cup. Now, I think that Liverpool will probably make it to the semi-final of the League Cup, and you know, it's hard to sit here and think to myself who's going to knock Liverpool out. But there are a lot of big clubs. There's only, what, 4 trophies that a lot of them are vying for this season. I think everybody's going to be looking to get a little bit of silverware, and as such, I think Liverpool might not take it as seriously as some of the other teams around the league. You know, we all know Manchester United very much, and Jose Mourinho very much likes to go for that League Cup and get a trophy in the bag early. Now, I think Liverpool would get a lot of confidence out of getting a trophy in the bag in January, but whether our squad is quite big enough to go on an attack on 4 fronts this season, I don't know. And I think we'll maybe just tail off our squad a little bit towards the semi-final stage. I think we'll get there probably based on kids to the semi-finals, and then we'll have a decision to make. And I think that, you know, we'll be up there in the league, so I'm quite happy for us to, you know, go out and bow out with a respectable semi-final finish in the League Cup. Now, for the FA Cup, it's a little bit different for me again. I think, you know, I was looking at the quarter-finals and the semi-finals area of the pitch, if I'm honest. Area of the pitch. Quarter-finals and semi-finals, like rounds of the competition. And again, for me, it feels like it's a quarter-final and probably a little bit of fume around it. We've had so many of them over the years, haven't we? And, you know, looking at them, those rounds are played in sort of April time quite often. And, you know, we could get to the business end of the season. We could still be in the Champions League, you never know. We could be vying for the league. And again, I just think that Liverpool will focus on different competitions, and hopefully that's the right call. And the Champions League itself, you know, a massively tough competition. We've obviously got to get into the Champions League first and foremost. Tough fixtures against Hoffenheim coming up. Ultimately, I think we'll get through that. I think we will get through the group stages. I think we're going to have a tough draw probably anyway, and then I think it's about the round of 16. So the first knockout stage essentially is where I think Liverpool are going to find it a little bit tough, because again, we're challenging for the title in the Premier League. It goes on to top assists. Okay, well, top assists, who do I think? I think Sadio Mane is going to be up there. I think he's going to be the 3rd highest assister this season. I think Roberto Firmino is going to be 2nd, and I think Phil Coutinho might be 1st. And the reason I think Coutinho is going to get more assists this season than last is weirdly enough because he's going to play in a few more, well, in the midfield a little bit more, a bit of a withdrawn role for Phil this season. And as such, I think from what I've seen in pre-season, he's playing some direct balls, and, you know, I think maybe he's finding it a little bit easier to pick out maybe a Mo Salah or Roberto Firmino or a Sadio Mane. And the reason that I feel that that's the case, even though he's more withdrawn, he'll get more assists, is ultimately because he's got more options ahead of him. And I think him playing centrally gives him the option to play right, play left, or play centrally to maybe another midfield partner or something. And I think Phil Coutinho is going to have a really good year, probably the best year for assists this season. Top goal scorers, wow. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Roberto Firmino finishes the 3rd top scorer, ahead of Phil Coutinho. I think some people will probably say maybe Phil Coutinho is going to be the 3rd top scorer. We've seen him take a couple of penalties, haven't we, so far in pre-season or during pre-season, and as such I just wonder whether James Milner's going to be that starting left back for every single game. If we do get a few penalties, maybe Roberto Firmino will sort of add to his tally, as it were, through penalties. I think he'll just pit Phil Coutinho. Obviously Phil's playing a little bit more withdrawn. Will he get as many goals as he got last season when he was top scorer for Liverpool? I don't think so. 2nd, it's tough, this one. I'm gonna go with Mo Salah. I think he's going to get goals this season. I think him and Sadio Mane are probably going to get around 20 goals each. And then I think, you know, with Roberto Firmino maybe 10 to 15. Then I think, you know, I think we're going to have a goal scoring side, and I think Sadio Mane pips Mo Salah, and it might just come down to who stays on the field longest, who doesn't go down with any injuries and stuff. But I really think that Sadio Mane is upwards of 20 goals this season. I really, really do. And I'm going to come on to now young player of the season. it's not been that tough for me to pick the young player of the season, if I'm honest. I think, you know, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the reason I think he's going to be the young player of the season is ultimately because he's going to get games. I think, you know, he's going to start the season very strongly. If he continues in the way that he played in pre-season, the way he dealt with Frank Ribery, and he takes that type of, those experiences and that type of drive and determination, then I think Nathaniel Clyne might struggle to take that right back berth off him. And, you know, I want to see him do well, and I think he's matured over the last 12 months enough that he can really solidify a place in this side, and, you know, hopefully he goes on and proves to everybody that he can be the player that we all hope that he can become. And as such, I don't think anybody else is really going to rival him for that young player of the season unless Dom Solanke comes in and starts banging a few goals in. Player of the season, wow, I mean, tough category to pick from. Phil Coutinho's obviously been it before, Sadio Mane's been it before. I think Sadio's going to do it again, you know, I really do. And, you know, I think Mo Salah again might run him close, but Sadio's got that experience now of a year with Liverpool. I think he'll kick on a little bit more, and Sadio Mane will benefit from Mo Salah and Roberto Firmino playing with him, and I think he gets that little bit more space than he was afforded last season, gets a few more goals, gets a few more assists as well, and really goes on and solidifies himself as the best player in this Liverpool side, which I already think that he is, if I'm being honest. Tough question now, of course. Where are we going to finish this season in the Premier League? Now, Paul asked us this on an Uncensored Match build-up show. I truly believe that we're going to finish second this season. I think we're going to have a run at the title. I think we're going to challenge the other teams around us, and I really do think we're going to put the pressure on. And you know what? I think this is going to be an exciting season for Liverpool fans. I'm looking forward to it. I'm buzzing for this season. I've got hope. I've got dreams, and I think that the team that we've got right now is good. And I think with a couple of additions before the end of the transfer deadline, we could be a great side, and one that no team in the Premier League, regardless of position in the league, is going to want to play, because we've got a front five, essentially, when all fit, that is probably better than any other side in the league. Now, defensively, we're not quite there yet, but with a key addition, Liverpool can be there. You know, our defence wasn't as bad as everyone remembers last season. You know, I think it was 5th or 6th worst on goals conceded, 42 goals conceded in 38 Premier League games. If we can improve on that a little bit, if we get a few more goals at the other end of the pitch, you know, a few more thrillers and a few more draws into wins, and stop capitulating when we're ahead against sides like West Ham United and Bournemouth like last season, then this Liverpool side can kick on massively, and that's what the whole league doesn't want, and that's what every Liverpool fan wants. So there's my season predictions. Leave yours in the comments section below. Don't forget to drop a like on the video as well, and check out the brand new website www.theredmentv.com for all your latest news, videos, opinion pieces, subscriber exclusive. It's Liverpool FC, we've got you covered. Get over there, check it out, £5 a month. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Redmen TV.